over the term for their licenses or contracts. Government recently executed with Shell extensions to their existing East Coast and North Coast marine blocks, and with BPTT with respect to its Southeast Galeota license. Negotiations are also continuing with BPTT on extensions to its remaining licenses. EOG has indicated that it would be seeking extension to its licenses. The request for extension of licenses and contracts is a further indication of the commitment of upstream companies to the development of resources within the license or contract acreages. As regards revenue, we adopted the principle that the state must have a fair share of revenue earned from the exploitation of our non-renewable hydrocarbon resources. As a first step, we introduced across the board a royalty of 12.5%. This was followed by a loss relief restriction to 75% of taxable income and a limit of capital allowance to 20% per annum on a straight line basis. We entered into dialogue with the major upstream companies, BPTT and Shell Trinidad and Tobago Limited, particularly with what was considered our greatest revenue leakage, LNG. I am pleased to state that the companies have been receptive to our concerns. On December 14, 2018, the government of Trinidad and Tobago executed with BPTT an agreement for Phase 1A, which dealt with certain legacy issues, extension to the Southeast Galeota and the Atlantic LNG Train 1 life extension, which provide for a superior LNG pricing arrangement than previously obtained. The Atlantic LNG Train 1 extension was put on hold pending the evaluation by the gas supplier BPTT of its gas portfolio. In the interim, Atlantic LNG Train 1 has been operating and, subject to a safety inspection in April 2020, will continue in operation until year end, at which time a decision will be made on Atlantic LNG Train 1 life extension. Any such extension would make planned downtime on other trains to be carried out without much disruption in the overall sustained output. Government also executed agreements with Shell on gas-related issues, commencing with a heads of agreement on May 29, 2019, and definitive agreements on August 19, 2019, which have provided improved economic and financial benefits to the country. At present, the government is in active discussion with Atlantic LNG shareholders on an initiative that will revolutionize the LNG industry in Trinidad and Tobago. It is proposed to restructure Atlantic LNG by bringing the 4 LNG trains under the umbrella of a unified entity. The proposed structure will be more efficient and will arrange for management in the operations of the trains. Government through NGC currently holds 10%